Am I orange? Yes. Is there a pumpkin on my head? Yes. Do I look like a complete moron? Yes. But here I am trying to entertain you guys. We got a brand new episode. We're talking about dilution today, the scariest thing in the market. It is something you want to avoid at all costs. You do not want to be involved with it at all. You need to know when the spigot is turned off and when it's turned on, and that is what guides your entrance and your exit. So I have some pie today. I'm going to be eating some. You know I don't eat pie. Never. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat sugar. I'm joking. Gotta love the pumpkin. Gotta love the pumpkin. It's really what it's all about. Incredible. You gotta enjoy life. Listen, have a good diet. Let me get this pumpkin off my goddamn head. Jesus, like 16 pounds. You got to have a good diet. But if you want to splurge, you want to have something on a holiday, or you want to drink sometimes, or you want to smoke sometimes, whatever. All in moderation. Make sure to not overdo it. You can't be eating like shit for 10 days in a row, especially past the age of 30, or you're going to end up with a gut and you're going to be like, fuck, like I need to lose this weight. You should always maintain it. Keep your weight in a check. You know, keep it between a certain level. If it gets to, if you know, your good weight is 270 and you're getting to 280, cut down. But dilution. So basically, dilution is, like I said in last week's episode, the biggest killer of a stock. It's what dictates the price action realistically in penny stocks. I mean, that's just the way it is. And there's ways to find it. So I'm going to show you right now exactly how to find it. VizC is a good example. So I went through a few things this morning and I was just like trying to find like the best example to show you guys, because it's always going to show itself differently. It's going to be like in the form of a warrant or the form of a promissory note or a form of a convertible note or whatever it is. It's always coming from the same person, and that's private equity. They are the enemy. They're basically loan sharks in a suit behind a desk. That's all it is. Instead of beating you up, they'll fucking steal your money out of the market. These guys have been doing it for years. They all kind of know each other. That's why if you have like, somebody new to the game, they probably won't work their way up, because these other guys will just, it's like the mafia. It's actually insane. Private equity is a legal form of bullying financially. It's unreal the stuff that they're allowed to get away with, but they get away with it all the time. Why? Because the SEC and FINRA and all these other institutions that are supposed to be regulating it they're the same people. You know what I mean? So you have to look at it from that scope. You have to understand that this isn't like all sunshine and rainbows. Not every CEO was there for his shareholders. In fact, most aren't. All it is a fucking way to take money from you and use it to expand their business, whether it's a scam, whether it's a story, whether it's a real company, whatever it is. And the way that they take your money is through dilution. They print shares. It's just like the government printing money. They devalue the currency just like they would devalue the share price. And that's what happens in a lot of these penny stocks. You just get hit over the head. You get knocked the fuck down. And then you don't know where it came from. Well, I'm going to show you right now. So VizC, I went to the wrong thing here. We got to go to OTC markets now. Pay attention. Write this down. If you're a new trader, a lot of people should know this. This is one of the most basic things. But OTCmarkets.com is where you go to do any type of like brief DD. You don't want to get, like I always say, you don't want to get too deep into the DD because you can get sucked into the story. It's happening right now in SINT. People are battling back and forth. It's like they've read every single word of disclosures and everything. It's like, all right, dude, we get it. It doesn't matter. It's just back and forth nonsense. And I used to do that. I used to do that DD, and it got me nowhere. So all that wasted energy in fucking studying all this shit, and then it just comes with no fruit, fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore. That's why I stopped, and I don't care what they say. I'm just like, all right, since at a good price. If I have it at 10, there's little downside and there's a lot of upside because it's bottoming. There's a lot of accumulation. There's a lot of bashers showing up. So it says that like they're desperate. They need shares. That's why you see these ask walls and the dilution is still there, but it's very light. But here's one that's insane. Just make sure you can see this. I mean, this is just a joke. So you basically type in whatever you want to look up. Viz C is what we want to look up. Then we're going to go to disclosure. Then we're going to go to their last quarterly. Paint. Paint and hair. My favorite. Okay, can we go a little bit faster on the scroll game? All right. So look at this. I mean, first of all, I don't even understand this. I mean, new issuance common for $14. Like, what? Huh? That's weird. That's weird. But then you get into, well, this is 2015. God, there's so many issuances. So look at all these issuances. These are all toxic notes. This is all private equity. This is all insiders that have conversion rates that are way less than the price that you're buying them for. And that's what tends to make these stocks go all the way down to trip one, is because the conversion factor is usually right there. Sometimes I've seen it with 4 zeros and a 5. So you got to look into this. Is something you need to know. If you're going to go long on a stock, or if you're going to hold it for a long swing, you need to know if they've stopped diluting, or if they're diluting currently, or if they're about to start doing dilution, because they usually have a time frame. Like they'll have a date. Like these shares that are issued are available for conversion in 2023 in August, whatever it is. Whatever it is, they will usually tell you the date. Now this one doesn't have a date. It's just automatically into comment. I can't wait to get out of downtown. It's so noisy. It's so fucking annoying. It's like, Jesus Christ, can I not make videos without getting interrupted and like losing my train of thought? Where were we at? Oh, yes. Okay, so these are immediately turnable, they are immediately convertible into common. Which is just like, come on, man. I mean, that's just obvious. That's why the stock price in VizC has just been so suppressed, because so much fucking dilution. So you could see, 92 million. These are up to date. 200 million at 0.0001. The price is currently at 0.0004. What is that? That's 400%. So they can sell shares at 0.0004 on conversion, which is immediate, for 400%. And this is one of the more mild amounts. I mean, I've seen them when the price was at 2 cents, converting at trip one. So obviously the price is going to come down, because if you loaned as private equity, as these loan sharks, that usually tend to be the same type of people when they loan you these money. And by the way, a lot of these fucking interest rates are like 18% year over year. That's insane. 18%. If you had terrible credit and you went and bought a fucking brand new Mercedes, you'd probably get 11%. And it's just unreal. These guys are the ones that control the fucking company. They plant the CEO. They're the ones that are like, here, tell this bullshit story. All right, let's get this company that's private. All right, let's get them in here. Maybe they're pretty good. Yeah, we got a story to tell, whatever. They got a couple sales already, sure. Let's reverse merge them into the shell. I'll sign the paperwork. We get a good lawyer, securities lawyer. We go out there, we push it to the market, we pump the price, and then we dump it. That's all this is about. Wake up. Stop paying attention so much that you fall in love with the stock and you think the CEO cares about you. Because he doesn't. So I guess we'll get into the stocks now. That's the one that I wanted to show you. And by the way, Bodenstein, Goldstein. I didn't even notice this before. Oh, it's obvious. Oh my God. I mean, okay. You know, I'm not going to go deeper into that. But let's pull up the charts here, shall we? We're going to jump right in with VizC. I mean, this thing has gone on its runs. You know what I mean? It's got its little pops. I've traded it before. I've made money off of it. But it's just a pile of shit because of the conversion factors in their notes. So I'm not going to really talk much more about that. I mean, it is low. You might want to hop in here just to see if they pump it again. But it's not even worth my time. CNGT, these are my top 3 picks that I've had. I'm just going to try and go through these quick because I'm tired. I'm overworked. It's just an excuse. I'm just making excuses. Can I please at least get the chart up, though, so it doesn't take 6 minutes just to fucking pull it up? Thank you. CNGT. I mean, this is textbook. This is what you look for. I mean, look at the last time this thing, and I remember trading it within this range. This thing pulled back, and then bam! Then pulled back, and it's got diluted all the way down, and now it's like, oh, are we going to do it again? Are we going to do it again? I don't know. It probably is. Oh, yeah. Oh. So pay attention to this one. Every technical is turning up. I like it. CNGT, I'm telling you, it's has a very strong chance of running this week. Sint. Excuse me. Again, classic chart, have it pulling back down to support where it seems to be, you know, and it's steadily. And look, you got the green turning up, steadily moving up. You got the MACD cross. You got the RSI pinching. You're going to have this probably bounce to 15, 50%, pull back, maybe to 12, whatever. And then it's going to run to close to 30, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying for Cint. I like Cint. I don't need to do the DD into the company. I don't give a fuck what they do. I say it every fucking day. I don't care if they build skyscrapers on the goddamn moon. It's all the same. They're all just going to pump it and they're going to dump it and they're going to print shares and they're going to balloon the OS and they're going to devalue your shares. It's their jobs. Got it? It's how they make the big bucks. It's those guys that fly under the radar that you can't say a word about. Let me chill. PLPL. Again, these are all loading days. So when I give you 3 picks, it's going to be something that needs to come to fruition. I'm not going to be like, yo, get into this one that's up 2,000%. It's running. No, fuck that. I'm trying to make you guys money. I'm not trying to like pump you into a stock that I've already bought. I mean, CNGT I already had, but I didn't have Cint. I didn't have PLPL. But, you know, so look, it's respecting this line, middle line, and pull back to it. It's trying to hold this, you know, 9. You're not going to, maybe you can get 9s. I don't know. It depends on the delay of information. If they do this audit that they're talking about, it could push above. If it breaks above this, it's going to 2. I just have a feeling that something's going to come out shortly that's going to move this price. I like the posters. I like the stock. Those are my 3 picks for this week to at least increase to give you a chance to sell for a gain. Beggy. This was my honorable mention. Oh my God, I thought it wasn't recording. I was going to lose my shit. Holy shit. I'm like a fucking teenage chick. I love a pumpkin pie. And if you don't, you're lying. Anybody that says, oh, I don't like pumpkin pie. First of all, never heard it. Second of all, if I did, I would be like, okay, so you lie for a living? Do you just like lie for fun? Is that what you do? If you say you don't like apple pie, wait, okay, really? Really? No, of course you do. What, are you trying to lose weight? Did your wife tell you to lose 10? Like, shut the fuck up. Obviously you like pie. You just have to avoid it at all costs. Beggy. Honorable mention, I mean, it's moving. I think you're going to find some resistance soon, though. I mean, you might even, you know, you're coming up into a resistance line, but pay attention to the stock. I really do like the stock. The technicals are overheated, but This was one I was calling back in the day. It was one of my top 4. All of my top 4 ran pretty much besides LVGI, and I haven't even seen D-Lock recently. But Beggy ran twice. I already flipped it for 90%. Now it's really turning up. So, you know, if you would have just held from, what's it called? Fucking, where did I buy in that? Like 11, 12, you would be up 100%. So, and it didn't take that long. I mean, it's only been this bottom. But see how it comes down to this bottom? They dilute it down, then they let it go. This is, like I always say, this is dumb money. This is smart money. This is people selling. And that's what you should be doing. And I mean, you know, I don't want to shit on the stock. If you're in the stock and you have shares, I don't want to, like, cause it to crash. I'm not looking to, like, buy something lower. I'm not a basher. I'm not into all that. I'm the most truthful man you'll ever meet. Maybe I need to chill with that, but like, because I'm definitely not. But at the same time, anything that I say on this fucking camera is going to be straight from the heart. There's no lies. 47. Okay, so this is Moan, whatever. I told you it was coming back. I told somebody to sell in the 50s, break even, just get out. It's coming back. They did. It's coming back to, like I said, mid threes, 36, 37, somewhere around there. That's where you're going to want to buy. Maybe even look for like a deep pounding, just like that fucking anchor on the bottom to get in and then let it go again. But it's definitely like, it's going to fill that gap. They always fill every gap. It always works out the same way. CGRA. This is something I turned bullish on Friday, and I'm glad I did because it was up 11% today. It seemed to gap, and I don't know why. I don't know if any new information came out, but this thing is a textbook stair step, boom, 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 and it still wants to move up, which is surprising. I mean, but somebody mentioned last night that it has no dilution. So I'm like, okay, this is how a chart can look if there isn't any dilution. Notice how it's just like trading clean. It's clean. It's up and it's profit takers, and then it's up and it's profit takers, and then it's up and it's profit takers, and now it's going up again. This is high level consolidation, low volume. There's no dilution. This is what you look for. I like CGRA, and I think that it'll be successful in the future. It's a merger candidate. I don't know if the merger is going to go through or not. That's not something I look into. I look into the chart. I know that there's a merger. That's what I know my rumor is, and if it ever does come to that fruition and the news does come out, great. But hopefully I'm at a lot higher price point, or I've sold and taken my gain. The next is Meta. I'm not even going to show the chart on this. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Meta. It's all coming down, ain't it? You're all getting taken down, and they're shook. They're scared. That's why they're canceling everybody. That's why they're like, they're making this social credit score, whereas if you don't say exactly what they want you to say, you are shut the fuck up. You are taking down your bank. All that is just, it's so obvious. It's so in the air. They're exposing themselves. So the elites, the people that run this country. So, you know, sorry, Zuckerberg, your time's up. As Oprah would say. Remember that? So retarded. DBMM. No. This is one, it's a weird one. I traded in the past when it was on the gray market, when you could trade that type of shit on E-Trade, but there was a recent rule that evaporated all that. 3,000 tickers were actually shut down and sent to the gray market, where you can't trade them on your normal platforms. You got to go to something weird as fuck from like Britain or some shit, which like nobody's going to do just to buy a dumbass stock. It's obviously up, or come on, man. DBMM. And the Phillies game got fucking delayed, so I'm already salty. I'm pissed. Did it go up 126% today? Sure did. Now, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is something that, like, if you're a new trader and you see this and you think that you're going to catch this a lot, you're not. I mean, especially if you were in this, you should have sold at 1. Like, if you were in it 0.002 and it went to 1, you should have sold like that. And if it kept running like it did, which would have made you a shit ton more money, you can't hit yourself because This is just stupid now. Like, it's not even available. I looked it up. It's caveat emptor. I can't buy it. TD Ameritrade can't buy it. Nobody can buy it. Now, that could be another catalyst because once people can buy it, maybe they will send it higher. I don't know. But this is the type of chart. Listen, anybody that's in it and you're up and you're making money, I fucking commend you. I love you. I salute you. You're amazing. But just start to scale gains, maybe. Whatever you want to do. It's your strategy. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that I wouldn't touch this with a fucking 10-foot pole just because it's got a long way to drop. That doesn't mean it's going to drop. It could keep going. Like I said, if they do take off that caveat emptor and it allows everybody to buy, maybe it'll create some FOMO. Maybe it'll be the runner of the year. I don't fucking know. But I ain't touching it. DVLP. I called this a couple of days ago. Seems to be where I called it on these two green candles. I was like, oh yeah, closed above the middle band. You got this turning up. I mean, this was a great buy. I should have bought it. Didn't. Made the mistake of not buying it, but it's pretty much from my call. It's 7.2, 7.1. It's up to 12.1, so it's almost at 100% from my original bullish call. So DVLP, I don't know how much further. I literally said that it was going to, I said sell 11, which like right around here. So I would have already been out, but I would have taken my gain and I would have made 70%. And this is why, because it's going to flag, in my opinion. I think it's going to come down here. It's going to, just like, you know, you kind of see these flags, like it always kind of flags. So just pay attention to the patterns. I do like DVLP. I don't know as much about the company as I should. It's not one that I've traded frequently, but I do like the chart. Obviously, from my call, I really like it. But now, I don't know. I don't know what's the upcoming catalyst. If you're in the stock and you know, let me know. Leave it in the comments. XCPL, called this one. Obviously, it was made too much sense. I called it from the day that it fucking turned bearish. These things are very easy to read, especially on a pullback. I mean, like I said, you had this pop, you had this drop, you had this pop, and then, you know, I sold at 8. It got up to 8.2, okay? Sold the top. And then I said on this red candle, I was like, I hope you guys got out because boom, a little bit of green just to like fake you out. Then red again. It's coming back to this middle line. I think it's coming back to 4. If you can get in at 4.1, you're in a good spot. That's coming back from, that's like, what is that? That's almost, yeah, it's 50% from the highs. So that's somewhere I would want to buy that. Mark it in your fucking notes. Mark it on your alerts that 4, when it hits that, mark 4.2. And when it hits that, you're good to go. HVCW, 2 more. Told you to sell 9. If you listen, you fucking hit the top. Look, top 9. And this was, I said, if you're bought in at 4 or bought in at 5, do not take the chance of this bullshit tweet pump that's coming out in the stock. Just fucking sell 9. And don't listen to the people on there screaming at you to fucking buy it or to fucking hold it. Because they're selling it. Fuck. Trust me, they are. They don't care about you. They're always going to give some spiel about how they're going to some fucking old guy's funeral on a mountaintop singing hymns with the fucking angels and a choir and a fucking... They're all nonsense. They all lie. It's all lies. What do you really think they care about your portfolio? No. Not at all. So, you know, and what happened, it came back down to 6. You know, I might take some shares at 6, but I'm only taking a starter because I'm waiting for 5. Because if it's too long of a delay, this motherfucker better come up with something tomorrow or at the latest on Thursday. Because if he doesn't, he's going to be in serious trouble. The price is going to be way down. And he's already lost investor confidence. He already told me the truth. I only needed to see that he was so taken back that there was an offering and it was for so low. Yeah, bullshit. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna fool me. Boxes. Seems to be steadying here. 5 seems to be the bottom. I mean, you got a big drop here. It was on an RS scare. You got this completely oversold. You got the RSI very oversold, and you are dipping down hard on that bottom Bollinger Bands. I like it. I think that this could have a chance. I mean, I don't understand why it wouldn't. I like this chart. I mean, just soak it up. Just watch it. It doesn't seem to be much dilution down here. There's light volume. I think that it's going to be. I think it's going to be a mover. And if you get in at 5, you have very little downside and a lot of upside. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. Hopefully, you learned something about dilution, because it is something that you really have to pay attention to whenever you go into the financial statements. Just look at their last quarterly and it'll list every note. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, leave it in the comments. I'm here to answer them. But it's a very scary thing that if you understand how the game is played, you can play it a lot better. So that's why I'm trying to teach you guys. It's not what you hear on the boards. This is the stuff that really matters. It's private equity. It's, it's all the fucking usual suspects that I talk about every day on here. This is what you need to know. You need to know the downside, not the upside, not the fucking hooting and hollering for $1. You need to hear about what's going on behind the scenes. And that's what I'm here to teach you. And hopefully you learned something today. And happy Halloween. I need to take a fucking shower. By the way, whenever I fucking wash this shit off, I like clog my drain. You know, it's like, I do the most. I do the most. But that's because I'm trying to entertain you guys. If you haven't, like, subscribe, and fucking comment. I love talking to you guys. I love having a few followers now where I actually feel like I'm a part of a team. That's what it's all about. We can make money together, sure, but it's more about learning from each other and getting tickers from each other and finding out what dilution is and learning about reverse splits. And let's just all educate each other, because you're not going to learn about this in some bullshit ass motherfucking school. I'll talk to you guys later.